In the last lecture, we have seen that we have discussed about the different types of interaction diagrams as well as the steps, design steps, and many more. Okay, now we are going to see the numerical. First, we are going to see the numerical on the uniaxial square short column. Okay, see here. Design an uniaxial square short column using numerical diagram. Here you have given with the grade of concrete. Okay, grade of concrete, then you have given with the ultimate load. Okay, then you have given with the working moment of 80 kilonewton meter. Then about major axis bisecting the depth of the column. Okay, the unsupported length of the column is 3.6 meter. The column is fixed at one end and hinged at the other end. The condition is given at the one end it is fixed and at the other end it is hinged. Also design the footing for this column only for flexure and punching shear. It is given you in the question itself that the you have to design this footing for this column only for flexure and punching shear. It is given to you in question. Take safe bearing capacity is 250 kilonewton per meter square. Show detailed design calculation and reinforcement details in plan and sectional elevation. Okay, see what is given. It is given to you. It is a uniaxial square column. Okay, grade of concrete, grade of steel is given. Ultimate load given है, working load दिया है, unsupported length दिए है, and condition दिए है. One is fixed and other is hinged. According to this, you have to find the effective length. Okay, you have to go to that table and you have to see which condition it is in. Okay, see. Okay, first we are going to deal with design of uniaxial square column. Okay, factor load is given. Sorry, your ultimate load is given. Okay, it is written here. It is ultimate load, but it is in this question. It is multiplied by 1.5. Okay, okay, you have to factor it. That is 1.5 into 800. It is 1200 kilonewton. Then you have to factor your working movement also. Then effective length has the condition. It is given that one end is fixed and other end is hinged. Therefore it is 0.8 into L. That is L is nothing but the length of your unsupported length, that is 3.6, that is 3600. 0.8 L into 3600, that is answer is 2880. Effective length is 2800. Okay, now minimum size of short square column. Okay, it is written here. You have to you are going to design a uniaxial square short column. Okay, minimum size of your short square should be less than equal to 12. Okay, for that you have to see, you have to take the effective length divided by least lateral dimension. What do you mean by LLD? LLD is least lateral dimension. Least lateral dimension means B, which you don't know. Okay, which is you are not known of it. You have to find it. Okay, therefore by the calculation you can see, therefore B should not be greater than 240 mm. Therefore D is equal to 400 mm. Then you have to check the eligibility, that is PU is equal to MU is equal to PU into E. E is nothing but the eccentricity. Okay, E is nothing but the eccentricity. You have consist of the 12 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, 12 into 10 raised to 6 is your movement, and pu is here. P 120 into 120. Okay, your ultimate load is 120 into 10 raised to 6 equal to your load is 1200 into 10 raised to 3 into E. The eccentricity you are getting is 100 mm. Now you have to go for the minimum eccentricity. Minimum eccentricity is unsupported length upon 500 plus lateral dimension. This formula you are known with. Then after it you have to take the maximum value of it, that is E. This E should be greater than your E minimum. Therefore, since this E is greater than E minimum, the short column is designed for uniaxial. If this condition is satisfied, means whatever the E calculation you have done, it should be greater than E minimum, then only your condition is satisfy your short column. Then only you can going to design for the short column. Okay. Okay. Now determine D dash upon D. You have to determine the D dash upon D. Assume cover as 60 mm and D dash is nothing but the cover 60 mm. You have to calculate for D dash upon D. 60 upon 400 is equal to 0.15. Now you know about the D dash. D dash upon D are of 4 value. Okay, 0.10, 0.15, 0.10, 0.15 and 0.20. These are the value for your D dash upon D, capital D. Okay, according to it, if one of the is 0.15. Now you have to see the percentage of steel design chart. As per the I have yesterday told you about the SP16 percentage steel from design chart. Okay, now for this you have to refer for the chart. According to that, grade of concrete is 0.15 and D dash upon D is 0.15. Okay, now you have to go for the pu upon fck bd and mu upon fck bd square. Okay, you have to find the values for this. Here for this values, okay, you have to go for this values, that is 0.3 and 0.07. Okay, see here, you can see here, this is 0.3 and this is your 0.075. Okay, from chart refer chart number 7. Okay, p upon fck value, p upon fck value I told you yesterday. According to this, you have to find the p upon fck value. P upon fck is nothing but p is equal to 0.03 into fck is your grade of concrete, that is 25. Okay, equal to 0.75%. Whatever the percentage steel is 0.75, which is less than the minimum you have to provide. Okay, interaction diagram for combined bending and comparison rectangular section, equal reinforcement of all the side. Okay, now you have to find the area of steel in compression. Area of steel in compression is nothing but pb in p into b upon p into b into d upon 100. Okay, okay, p into b into capital D upon 100, which is equal to, you have to take it at 1 into 400 by 400 divided by 100. Okay, getting at the 1600 square is your area of the steel in compression. Now you have to provide with the 4 bars of 20 and 4 bars of 16 Then you have to calculate the area provided, 4 bars for 20 and 4 bars of 16 According to that, whatever the value it is coming, it should be greater than the whatever we have calculated. Okay, since it is coming greater than, it is okay. Now you have to design the lateral ties. Now you have to design, you have to go for the lateral ties. Diameter of lateral ties should not be less than, okay, this condition, you know, it should not be less than 1/4 of your phi L, and phi L is nothing but the maximum longitudinal diameter you have taken, or maximum longitudinal bar you have used. Maximum longitudinal bar you have used is 20. According to that, 1/4 of 20 is 5 and D should not be less than 6 and whichever is greater you have to take, whichever is greater is 6 minimum 6 diameter you have to use, and you have to provide the lateral ties. Okay, therefore if you provide you should be it is no it is you have to provide minimum diameter of 6 mm. You can provide many greater than also 8. Therefore we are going to provide diameter of lateral ties 8 mm. Okay, therefore we are going to provide diameter of lateral ties 8 mm. Pitch of lateral ties, okay, least lateral dimension is 400 mm, that is LLD. B is 400. Then 16 times longitudinal diameter, 16 into 20 is 320 mm, and 300 mm. Whichever is less, you have to provide the pitch, or what we call as the spacing between the two lateral ties, and it is coming in the diagram. You can see in the diagram. Here is the lateral ties of 8 mm. Here is the lateral ties of 8 mm phi at 300 mm center to center, and here is the longitudinal bar which are provided of 4 bars of 20 mm and 4 bars of 16 mm. Okay, 4 bars of 20 mm and 4 bars of 16 mm. Now you have to go for the design of footing. Now you are going for the design of footing. Assume self weight of footing is 10% of load on the column. Okay, you have to assume that whatever the self weight footing, it will be 10% of your load column, which we have already discussed. Therefore the total weight of your footing is equal to 1 upon safe bearing capacity. The safe bearing capacity is given to you, that is SBC. Okay, 880 upon 250. Okay, which is coming 3.52 meter square. Now since you in the question it is said that you have to go for the uniaxial square short column, means side of square is nothing but B square. Therefore area is provided with you, area you have calculated here. Therefore you can find the B is nothing but the root of area, which is coming 1.876, which is approximately we are going to take is 2 meter. Therefore you have to provide the square footing of size 2 meter by 2 meter. Okay, since the column is subjected to eccentricity of 100 mm, the CG of footing is taken at 100 mm. Whatever the center of gravity of your footing, it is we are going to take it at the 100 mm away from the axis of column as shown in the figure. See here, we are going to deal with here whatever the see, this is whole is 400. Okay, and your CG is see, this is your 400. Your CG is going to act at 2 meter. Okay, 2 meter. What is the eccentricity value? It is 100 mm away from the axis of column, means from here you have to take it your C at 1 meter away from the 1 meter away from your CG. Okay, here it is given to you. Okay, here it is provided with you. Okay, you can observe here. You can see here, this is what the E. Okay, now unfit un sorry, now we are going to deal with, okay, uplift pressure. P0 is P upon B square, that is load upon area of footing provided. Okay, B square, since it is a square, therefore you have to take it area of footing as B square. Okay, 800 upon 2 by 2 is equal to 200 kilonewton per meter square, which should be, see here, which should be less than your safe bearing capacity. This is capacity. Okay, depth of footing based on bending moment. Whatever, now you are going to deal with the depth of footing based on bending moment. You know, the critical section for maximum bending moment occurs at the face of column. Okay, projection beyond the face of column formula is this, that is 900 mm. Okay, 900 mm. And in the question it is specifically given you that you have to find for flexure and punching shear, means which two-way shear. You have to go for the two-way shear for the depth of footing. Okay, according to that, this is the projection A is equal to 900 mm, bending at face of the column bending moment is equal to P0. P0 is nothing but the uplift pressure into B into A square upon 2. Okay, A is nothing but the projection which is beyond the face of the column, which is beyond the face of the column. Here, beyond the face of the column. In the diagram, you can observe from this eccentricity, it is away from the face of the column. Now, factor bending moment, nothing but 1.5 into this 162. Okay, it is coming to 43 kilonewton meter. Now you have to find the limiting moment of resistance, and it is mainly based upon the grade steel you are using. Which grade of steel is here you are using it? It is Fe415. That is Mu is equal to 0.138 FCKBD square. Here you can see FCKBD square. Okay, now what is now you have to equate your bending moment and your ultimate bending moment. Now you can see here D is equal to 265.4 mm is your depth, that is the effective depth. Now depth of footing based on punching shear critical section you have to take from D by 2 from all the sides. Okay, from all the sides of the column you have to take the critical section away by D by 2. In the diagram you can itself see that what is in the diagram. Okay, D by 2, that is section B0 is you known with this formula B plus D is equal to 0.4 plus D, 0.4 plus D. Okay, now factored shear force, you have to go with the factor shear force. You have to go with the factor shear force. You have to go with factor shear force. Factor shear force is VU is equal to, this is the formula we have already studied. Okay, you have to put the values, respective values, that is uplift pressure, B, B0 and every value, and you have going to get the equation. And shear capacity of the your consist of two equation. You have to simultaneously or by equating them, you have to equate this equation and you have to find the value of depth, that is effective depth. Whatever the effective depth it is coming is 0.342. Approximately you are going to take it at 0.35 footing. As you know, you have to assume the cover to the footing, it should be more than the whatever the structural whatever the cover you have given to the other structural member, it should be more than that. Okay, it should be more than that. Assume the cover to the footing is 0.5 meter. Okay, therefore the overall depth is 400 mm. Now you have to provide the depth for footing is 400 mm, which is greater value based on the bending moment and the punching shear. Okay, this is greater value than the based on the values of bending moment and punching shear. Okay, now for the steel reinforcement, okay, number of 12 5 bars are you are going to use, okay, for the footing, and number are 18 numbers of 12 5 bars are you are going to use for the footing. Now therefore you have to provide the 18 numbers of 12 5 bars at an equal distance in check for the development length. LD is nothing but 47 pi, that is 47 into 12 is equal, it is coming 564. Extra development length or extra length is 564 mm. Assume the side cover has 60 mm. Available development length is B minus B upon B minus the 12 mm high 12 mm 18 numbers of bars are provided at the footing, and you have provided 4 number of 16 mm and 4 number of 20 mm 5 bars for the longitudinal steel, and you are provided with 8 mm. See here, these are the lateral tie and this vertical is your longitudinal steel. This is the cross section of your column, this is the sectional elevation of your footing, and this is the sectional plan of your footing. Okay, that means whatever here you have provided with the footing is nothing but the 12 phi of 18 numbers. Okay, next question is, design a biaxial rectangular short column by limit state method with material M25 and Fe415 to carry a working load of 900 kilonewton. Depth of column and 35 kilonewton and 35 kilonewton meter about minor axis, bisecting the width of column. The unsupported length of column about major and minor axis is 3.6 meter and 3.2 meter. The column is fixed at one end and hinged at the other. Show detailed design calculation and reinforcement. See here, you have to design a biaxial rectangular column. Therefore, there are two lengths are given to you at means LEX and LEY. Okay, and okay, we will go with the example first. See here, it is given as the working load is given to you. Working load is 900 kilonewton, LEX is 3.6 and LEY is 3.2 with the grade of concrete and with the grade of steel. Now first your first step is you have to find the minimum eccentricity. You have to go for the minimum eccentricity, and you have provided with mm, you are not provided with the size of the column, therefore you have to assume b is equal to 300 mm and d is equal to 500, means you have to assume the size of column as 300 by 500 mm. Okay, now you calculate for the ex minimum greater of this and this. Okay, and ey minimum. Okay, same formula you have to use, but see here, the formula for the minimum eccentricity is L upon D plus B upon 30. Yes, here L upon 500 plus B upon 30 is the formula for the calculation of minimum eccentricity. Okay, L is nothing but the effective length, but this is ex minimum. Therefore, for the ex you have to put the value of lex, that is 3600, and for ey for the ey you have to put the value of ley, that is 3200 upon 500 plus 500 upon 300. Okay, now okay, that is 23.06, that is coming 23.06 and 20 mm. You have to take the maximum value between that, that is you are going to take with ey minimum has 23.06. You have given with the ultimate load, you have to find for the factored load, then you have to find for the major, you have to go for the go, you see here it is given that ultimate movement at major axis, ultimate movement at major axis, it is given here. The ultimate, see in the question itself it is given you that 90 kilonewton meter about major axis and 35 kilonewton meter about the minor axis. Okay, you have to 2 into 90, it is 180 kilonewton meter, and MUY is ultimate movement at major axis. Now you have to find EX and EY. Since this is a biaxial, therefore you have to go for the design at the x-axis as well as the y-axis. Okay, MUX upon PU and EY के लिए MUY upon PU. Okay, the load coming on the it is the same. Okay, only the movement is going to change for x and y direction. Now EX and EY are greater than EX and EY. minimum, therefore you can go for the design of biaxial short column. Now you have to assume the trial section. You have to assume it, your B is equal to 300 mm and your D is equal to, capital D is equal to 500. Now you go for the MU calculation. Your this formula is in your IS code, we have discussed. Okay, we have already discussed about this formula mu 1.15 mux and this. Then you have to go for the alpha x. Okay, this all formula have we have already discussed. You have to go for pu fckbd and mu fckbd square. Then d dash, you have to assume that the cover is your provided 50 mm. Now go for the d dash upon capital D, which is coming 0.1. Now go for the value to determine from the interaction chart for the determine the P upon FCK for D dash upon D is equal to 0.10. Now P upon FCK is nothing but 0.08 time 0.08% of your D upon capital D. Okay, D dash upon capital D, which is coming as 0.08 into 25, that is P is approximately equal to 2%. You have to provide the percentage steel as 2%. Go for the area of compression, area of steel of for compression. For formula is, as you know, P, since the percentage PT is what, percentage PT is equal to 100 AST upon BD. Then therefore AC is nothing but percentage PT into B into D upon 100, that is coming 3000 mm square. What is the area of compression coming? Area of steel in compression is coming 3000 mm square. Now you are going to use 20 mm 5 bars and number of bars you have to find. Okay, formula you known, ASC upon A5. Okay, 10 numbers of 20 mm bars you have to provide 10 bars. Then you have to find, go for the area provided. Okay, then you have to go for the, for that area of provided you have to find the percentage PT. Okay, determine for MUX1 and MUY1. You have to determine MUX1 and MUY1. Okay, for that you have to go for the PU FCK BD. Okay, that is coming 0.36, P upon FCK 0.0672. Okay, now you have to determine for the MU1 upon FCK BD for D upon capital D. ठीक है इसके लिए, एंड MUX1 फॉर इसके लिए. ओके, तो इससे आपका आता है 180. 180 से आपका वो ग्रेटर आना चाहिए. और सिमिलरली MUY1. ओके, determine the value MUY1 upon FCK B dash upon D. Okay, okay, D dash upon B is equal to 0.15 and D dash upon B is equal to 0.20. Okay, this is what the calculation going on. Okay, for D dash upon B के formula. Okay, for this you can find MUY, and similarly you have to see has MUX1 and MUY1 should be significantly greater than your MUX एंड MUY. ठीक है, जो भी आपने कैलकुलेशन किया है MUX1 के लिए MUY1 के लिए, ये वैल्यू आपकी ग्रेटर होनी चाहिए आपके MUX एंड MUY. ये ठीक है, उसकी वैल्यूज पुटअप कीजिए। पुटअप करने के बाद आपको पी यू जेड की वैल्यू मिलेगी। अल्फा एन इज ऑब्टेन फ्रॉम द फॉर्मूला पी यू अपॉन पी यू जेड, ठीक है, वो कैलकुलेशन कीजिए 0.55। आपके SP16 में इसका चार्ट दिया हुआ है, टू गो फॉर दैट चार्ट। उससे मिलेगी अल्फा एन की वैल्यू बाय द इंटरपोलेशन, देन चेक फॉर accuracy ऑफ द सेक्शन, okay, is less than or equal to 1. If it is coming less than equal to 1, then your design is safe. Now you can go for the design of transversal या transverse reinforcement. फॉर्मूला आपको पता है कैसे करते हैं. You have to go for the 8 mm 5 bars with spacing of lateral tie. It should be 300, sorry, it should be 16 into 20. It should be minimum of this, minimum of 3, which is coming 300 mm. You have to provide 8 mm fiber. Here you can go see here. Now go for the design of footing. Up till now you have designed the column. Now you go for the design of footing. You have to size of footing कैसे, पहले तो size of footing निकालना पड़ेगा. उसके लिए load on the column कितना आ रहा है, 900 kilonewton. Now you have to assume the weight of the column. As you know, the weight of the column should be 10% load on column. ओके, दैट इज 1.1 इंटू 900 करोगे तो टोटल आपका 990 किलो न्यूटन आता है. उसको फैक्टर करना है आपको 1.5 से. फिर एरिया ऑफ फुटिंग निकालना है. एरिया ऑफ फुटिंग कैसे निकालते हो आप, फैक्टर लोड अपॉन अल्टीमेट बेयरिंग कैपेसिटी. ओके, वो क्वेश्चन में दिया रहता है. SBC दिया रहता है आपका, SBC पुट अप करो, उससे आपका एरिया मिलेगा फुटिंग का. और आपको क्वेश्चन में प्रोवाइड किया जाता है कौन सा स्क्वायर फुटिंग ले रहे हो, रेक्टेंगुलर फुटिंग ले रहे हो, उसके बेस पे आप एरिया फाइंड करोगे. एरिया मिला है आपको, उसके बेस पे आप साइड फाइंड करोगे. तो यहाँ पे 2x2 मीटर का आपका फुटिंग आया है. देन यू हैव टू फाइंड दी सॉइल प्रेशर. ओके, अपवर्ड सॉइल प्रेशर के लिए फॉर्मूला क्या है, फैक्टर लोड ऑन कॉलम अपॉन साइज ऑफ फुटिंग. कितना आया, 337.5 न्यूटन पर mm स्क्वायर. नाउ यू हैव टू गो फॉर द डेप्थ फॉर बेंडिंग मूवमेंट. यू हैव टू फर्स्ट फाइंड द इसेंट्रिसिटी, mu अपॉन pu, ठीक है. उससे कितना आया, 0.133. A1, A2 एंड B1. ओके, ये क्या है आपके फेसिंग ऑफ द कॉलम से कितना अवे है. ओके, L-B/2 + E, ठीक है. फॉर्मूले में वैल्यूज पुटअप कीजिए. A1 A2 मिलेगा, B1 कीजिए, और फिर उसके बाद बेंडिंग मोमेंट कैलकुलेशन. टेक ग्रेटर वैल्यू ऑफ A1 एंड A2 में से कोई तो एक ग्रेटर वैल्यू लेनी है आपको, ठीक है. उसके बाद MUX फाइंड करना है. उसका फॉर्मूला आपको यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है, PU कैलकुलेटेड अपॉन A1 स्क्वायर अपॉन 2. मैक्सिमम जो वैल्यू होगी वो आपको लेनी है. A1 है यहाँ पे तो इसलिए A1 ली गई है. When this is the upward pressure is 337.5 into 0.873 whole square upon 2. वैसे MUX मिलेगा, वैसे MUY फाइंड कीजिए. और इसमें B1 है, ओके, उसमें B1 की वैल्यू पुटअप कीजिए. और उसके बाद आपको देखना है कि MD मैक्सिमम वैल्यू लेनी है आपकी MUX एंड MUY से. whichever is the maximum value you have to take from the MUX and MUY. okay, तो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू कौन सी है, MUX की है. therefore डिजाइन मूवमेंट आप किस पे करोगे, आप मूवमेंट